Going. I know when you see it.
All right, this meeting is being live streamed. Okay.
All right. Welcome to Living by Oak Values. Tonight we are going to honor the year behind us. So after building our foundation together, brick by brick and root by root, tonight we are slowing things down. Before we sprint into a new year, which is coming up pretty quickly, we are taking a moment to honor the one that has shaped us, the wins that built us up, the wounds that broke us down, the lessons that refined us, and the pieces that we're choosing to carry forward. This isn't about judging. This isn't about judging the year. This is about understanding it. Because a man who knows where he's been can walk with purpose, and he knows where he's going.
Yes, and the word for the week, I think is more of a reflection. Um, kind of not about regret. It's more about respect. Respect for all the growth, the grit, the God carrying you through the slow breaths, um, for the year. Um, Respect for the past by telling what happened, the good, the painful, the messy, and even the stuff that taught you and the moments that tried to show you. Um, the best thing I can say is like embrace the growth and acknowledge where we've came and stuff like that. It's the small wins that count. Letting yourself celebrate them and carry the wisdom into the next year.
Excellent. So before we chase the next thing, I want to honor the road that has brought us here. So this year for Northman coaching, we started this year off. We rolled into still doing the Oak values, and in the summer we switched it over. We were done with the Oak values, and we went into how to use those values in your actual life. Um, and that was a big change for us. We went live this year versus the pre-recorded. So we're putting it all together, but I want to honor that road that we have traveled from January until now. So Rob, what did we do this year, in your opinion, that we don't give each other? What did you do that you don't give yourself enough credit for?
Um, the biggest thing I had was staying consistent. And that's a lot harder than it sounds, even though it does sound easier. But it is like learning to constantly grow. And it seems to become harder the more you do it because the more things you have to grow and do. What about you?
I don't think I give myself enough credit for the amount of work that I put into things. I feel like sometimes as much as I work on things, I still feel like I could do more, even though my body says I can't. So I think I need to give myself, kudos and just keep pushing like I'm pushing, but maybe not add so much to the plate, I think.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Had a bunch of guys holler at us. Joel, Cliff, Sir to Life. Joel
gotcha.
says, "Hey, respect the past and the present, carry it in it to the future." So, yeah. Um, so what is the hardest moment of your year and what did it reveal about you?
The hardest moment of this year would be, I, I think, going live. That would be one of the hardest things as far as this goes. Yeah, would be going live and getting used to, and I'm still not used to it. Looking at the camera, talking more slow, I guess. Um, so as far as Northman coaching goes, that would be the hardest thing for the year. In life in general, the hardest thing for my year was, hmm, I don't know. If it's not hard, it's not worth it, I guess. So it's been a lot of hard things. I can't think of anything harder than the other or harder than another, I guess. How about you?
You took mine. I know you did. I know you sit there and looked at the notes and said, Robert's going to use the live podcast. Let me go ahead and
But
take
that
it
was
from
the
him.
hardest part for me. Go ahead. What do you have?
Well, that's what I had. You know I had it. That's why you took it. That's
Okay.
doggone it,
So use the
man.
same one. You got it.
Well, actually, going live was the hardest. And I know we only did it in what? We've only been doing it for what? Three, four,
Six
five,
months,
six
maybe.
months? Yeah. Yeah, and it puts you out of your shell, out of your comfort shell.
Absolutely.
And going live, we don't have an opportunity to fix it or make it perfect. So it's living with the imperfections sometimes in these moments and saying, "Hey, this is how life really is. It's in the imperfections because we don't look perfect. I mean, you can see there's imperfections in the wall back here somewhere.
There's always imperfections, right?
There's always imperfections, and so you can't just like crop it like we used to do in the things. So yeah, having imperfections
So what
are
are your thoughts on where
hard.
we are now compared to where we were when we were editing? Because that was horrible for me. I hated that.
You hated it,
You
yeah.
didn't mind that?
It's what I do all day long.
Okay.
So I mean, it's just editing. It just takes time. It's just. Mm. So it bothers me more, like because you're very just like, oh, here's the outline, and you skip around the outline without following the outline, and I have to go. It's okay that this is imperfection, and it doesn't follow the outline down to the wire kind of deal. Because in a video script, you always follow the outline from top to bottom. It always goes in top to bottom. And so doing this with you and learning your technique where you're just like,
Wait, I have a
throw the
technique?
spaghetti against the wall, see if it sticks. It throws me off. I
Hmm.
have to live with the imperfections.
I was always the guy that got out of line. I couldn't stand that.
I can see that.
I was always in trouble in the military, always out of line in school. I don't know. I can't follow that direction. I make my own rules.
Hmm. Um, what were we?
So
Yeah, see?
what are your thoughts on this year as far as it being a teacher for you? So if you could reflect on whether it was good or bad, but what are the moments that you learned?
Reflections. There was a lot of moments that I learned. It wasn't like last year where I learned like the values of cards
Hmm.
and what values to live by. It's more like mm, mm, it's more like making sure I live up to those standards.
Okay.
How do you keep the year going like you want it to?
Okay. So how did you learn from this year?
By doing that, that's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Oh,
I wanted to just get your thoughts on the reflection of the year. Like how, what did it teach you and how are you reflecting on it? How are you going to take what you have experienced and grow from it?
yeah,
Okay.
that's it. How about you?
Um, I think this year has definitely been a positive lesson. I've learned a ton, and everything that one might call negative is just a lesson. And those are the hard lessons, and those are the ones I love the most because while they kick me in the throat sometimes, they definitely help me, sit down, buckle up, and figure out why.
So what was a lesson that kicked you in the throat?
Um, well, it's still kicking me in the throat to this day. I think it's learning with the website stuff and the SEO stuff and how hashtags work. And I mean, we weren't doing any of that, the SEO stuff back in the day. And so that was a kick. But I'm still, still learning it, still trying to hope that things turn around a little differently. Um, and I think just, playing with, the podcast and all with, different microphones, different cameras, different lighting, trying to figure all that stuff out. So, that stuff hasn't been as bad, but I mean, I've been through in the last 3 years, probably 5, 6 microphones trying to figure out which one doesn't make me sound like I'm down the hall.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it is not easy. It is time consuming. So, um, and so you have a prompt for the listeners. When was the last time y'all paused long enough to acknowledge what you had survived this past year, not just what you have achieved?
can you answer that yourself or no? Besides, I know it's for listeners, but is there a time, or when was the last time that you paused to really take in what you've been through? I know you personally have been through a lot this year.
I do it pretty often.
Okay.
I do pause a lot. Sometimes when I get frustrated, I have to pause. I can't answer because I'll notice myself getting flustered and I'll just have to pause and I'll just go, something I was teaching my daughter is just to go sit outside under the tree and journal. And it's
Okay.
like, what else? You're gonna sit there for a while and journal because it's not gonna come to you right away, but it takes time for things to come to you. And it happened today. I couldn't watch TV with my daughter, so I went outside and I just sat there and just thought about like, wow, all the things I've been through? Hmm, what does it really mean? How do I handle it? How, et cetera, et cetera. And so, yeah, I had to pause long enough to acknowledge.
Okay.
How about you?
I mean, I pause and acknowledge it every day. Every day I do my meditation and, read the Bible and journal. So I stop several times a day and I think that's what helps me move forward to not just to say I've done this, this, and that, but the journey that is required along, the journey that from A to B and everything that's happened in between. So it's not about accomplishing so much, but it's about really reflecting on how you got where you got. And I reflect every day on that.
So I I have heard it done that way before.
Hmm.
And And I know throughout the year, I don't necessarily, especially when I was hurting, like going through a bad year, I don't necessarily turn around and reflect on, but you have to sometimes because you have to see how far you've gone. I know that a lot of times I talk about I'm just moving forward, I'm just moving forward. But if you don't move forward and take those moments to turn around and look and see how far you've gotten, then you don't have an inspiration to keep moving forward.
Okay. I can see that.
You can say, oh, yeah, even though it'd be 10 feet, you'd be like, yep, I moved 10 feet. Well, I'll keep moving. So,
There are a few comments I can't.
oh, you made me read them to you?
Sure, I can't see that part.
Joel says, ha ha ha, same, but you guys are great. And then Sir to Life, I haven't and never thought of reflecting on the past year. Hmm.
Interesting.
It works sometimes. So, and Joel comes back. Just recently, last year wasn't so great. But this year, I started off doing things I thought I would never.
Hmm.
And only way up. Grateful I took a couple of chances. Yeah, great. Yeah, also grateful for people that have been meeting along the way. Yes.
Hmm. Well,
Uh, Joel says he reflects and not dwells. Yeah, that's very
yes,
important. Dwelling
yes.
is.
You can't dwell. You have to reflect. Dwelling just puts you in a bad spot. But so one thing I learned this year, and I want to step back, is to say stuff in the middle of the podcast, and I want to let everyone know that tomorrow, Joel Rosario, his book, May December End, is coming out on Amazon. So check out that book. Um, yeah, that's it. There we go. Did it in the middle instead of the end. So, Rob, what is a wound from this year that you did I ask that question already? No. What is a wound from this year that you are still that is still asking for attention?
There's two actually, and
Okay.
one just popped up. Is the wound of you not going in order or putting in stuff in the script so that I can follow along properly. When you
Sorry.
stop the script and just go off key, it throws me off.
I'm keeping you on your toes.
Uh, but my biggest thing, I noticed that I have pride, and it has been very tough to overcome this year. And
So why is pride bad? Can I ask that before you go further?
why do you think it's bad,
I'm
Gary?
asking you.
Well, the- uh,
I don't know.
because in my particular case, it makes me think that I'm right instead of stopping and listening to people.
Okay.
And or what was the book? It might be in the Four Agreements.
Okay.
Um, where pride comes into play a little bit more as I'm making an assumption
Okay.
based
Got
on
it.
that, and it clouds my vision of what really is happening in the world.
Okay. Fair enough. I guess I get confused between pride and being proud.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's why I asked. So, that's it.
So use your little chat and what's the
Nah,
difference
man.
between pride and proud?
I'll do that later on.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, as for me, the one of the wounds that I'm carrying this year is I I think I struggle to make the decisions that I want to make all the time. Sometimes I make a bad decision, like, and the most recent one is with my daughter and church. Like, and I realize that there are better ways of doing things, but sometimes in the moment you don't do the right thing. And I know that's life, but it's a struggle. So that's definitely a wound that I need to work on in the coming years. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So where do you surprise yourself with the strength
Strength, patience, or
or
maturity.
maturity? I don't know why you.
I gave the three options. I think that as far as strength and maturity, nothing surprises me. It is the patience with myself and others, with with the coaching, the podcast, the men's group, the post office, and a daughter. So the patience to with myself to juggle this life. Sometimes I can't juggle balls like a clown, but if you think about doing it and then you stop and you actually see the balls in your mind, like that's when you drop them. When you try to focus on what you're doing. So I think it's important to focus on what you're doing, but I think that sometimes I'm juggling so much that if I stop to look at what I'm juggling, I'm going to drop everything.
Mhm.
So I'd say patience with myself for that. How about yourself?
I actually thought you were asking for a thing that applies to all three.
Oh,
I read
no.
it wrong.
Okay, it's
So,
fine.
s- so I surprised myself because this year I think I stopped to listen more.
Okay.
Um, and I really was like, it's a little bit more mature of me to do that. And sometimes I actually have to stop myself to listen more. So, and be patient when I do listen. So,
All right.
but yeah. And you
So
don't go
give
ahead.
me three personal wins
Uh,
that you've had this year, not involved with coaching.
wait, we got a
So,
Cliff.
Cliff.
He asked a question. What is the greatest lesson you've learned this year through challenges, failures, hardships that built resilience for you to take into 2026?
Greatest lessons that I've learned. I'd say there's probably just one huge lesson, which is
Lesson you learned this
don't give up. I mean, when things hit the fan or when things don't go as you thought they might go, you can't just throw in a towel. You have to keep pushing or find a new way of pushing, I think. That's what I would say.
year.
So and I guess that would come across with the last one with strength. Just keep pushing. Like, don't just throw your hands up because it's not working or it's not producing the results that you think it will produce. It could be working, but you're not seeing results right away. So don't stop. That's what I would say.
So what did you do this year that you're generally proud of?
Me, generally proud of this whole year. I don't know where to start with that one. I mean, I'm proud of where we've come with the podcast. On a personal level, I'm proud of where I'm at with my physical body, which is getting back into the gym and working out and running. And I don't know. I say I'm proud of the closest with my daughter, even though we've had a little. The past couple of days have been odd, but yeah. I mean, I'm proud of everything I've accomplished this year. So, was that a question on the thing, or was that a question that?
Yeah, it's the question on the thing before you jump down to the. Yeah, that's our next question.
Oh, I was going to ask you to share three personal wins. You missed that part. Okay.
Hmm.
You don't see that?
Okay.
Anyway, no big deal.
Three personal wins. Hmm. Definitely being consistent.
Okay.
Um, in the answer to this question where it was like investing in the relationship with my daughter, you, and all the other people around me. I
Okay.
think that was something that I don't normally do, but it is something that it's hard, but I definitely consider that a win. I don't normally think about it that way. Yeah, I don't know another one. That's two for now. So,
Okay.
oh, so Joel has a good question.
I saw that.
A question. I usually think resolutions are meh. But what do you guys say your resolutions or plans for the coming year?
I will answer that in 1 second. I just wanted to share I have one huge win for the year for me, and that is finding God again. And
Mm,
I owe that to you and to the men that we went out to Idaho with. Uh, that was the biggest thing for me this year, was being on that mountain and being called. And that has shaped a lot of this year. So,
hmm
and as far as Joel's question with the resolution, I agree. I don't do resolutions, but upcoming year I have that. We're doing the book, the class. We're continuing with the podcast and more coaching, more. I don't know. Nothing's written down, so we're just kind of rolling with it. But definitely, I got the book, got the class. That's all I got that's written down. What are your thoughts on resolutions or what we got coming for the next year?
Mm, I think you nailed it. I know you have the book, you have the class, more podcast. Um, so Joel's asking about resolution. So what is your resolution for the podcast next year?
What is my what? My I'm sorry, I
How
got
are
to
you going to use the podcast next year?
how am I going to use the podcast? I'm not sure.
Oh,
I mean, I want to get bigger guests, more guests,
hmm.
and go deeper into things. But I think that we've been interviewing a lot, and lately we've been switching that up. And I don't want to interview. I want to have conversations. So like we had with with Eric and with my brother and Joel and Glow. Like I just want to have more just conversations about life, about whatever the topic is that we're discussing.
Hmm.
So
Awesome. All right.
I got a text from Cliff. I'm not disappointed, Cliff. I don't
Would
even
you
know what
like
he's
to
talking
ex
about exactly, but anyway,
would you like to explain?
no, he just said you sound disappointed about something, but I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Uh, question number 6.
Yeah.
What relationship taught you most about who you are?
Hmm. Well, it's gonna sound a little because I just said it, but Jesus,
Hmm.
and we can get into that. And actually, I can get into that a little bit, actually,
Go
a lot
ahead.
of it. I feel like we talked about this during the not spirituality, whatever, one of the podcasts, but I feel like he has been with me for so long, and I wasn't ready to accept him in my life. And on that mountain, amazing things happened. And then and this is what I want to get into on Wednesday. Um, I went to a men's night at the church with Nick Freitas, and he didn't make it due to an emergency, but we discussed. He did a quick video for us, a 20-minute video on biblical masculinity, and it got me all fired up to do more of the church, more with men, and uh, but we talked about how to walk with Christ, how to I have to read this. Well, we talked about a lot of stuff, but the one thing that really hit me that I want to talk about is spiritual being physically spiritual is the word I think. I don't know, but maintaining your body to a point where you can defend the word of the Bible, where you can protect your family, where you can, um, people will come to tell you things are not what you want to hear, and you have to be willing to have the brain to defend it and the body to defend it and stand up for what you believe. Um,
Hmm.
then those things just like, man, I gotta go to the gym more now. I have to get bigger and better. Like it just really fired me up. Like I'm passionate about the church and everything. So I'm gonna say that Jesus is the relationship that taught me the most about who I am. You're a close second.
I don't know that I taught you about who you were. So
True. I guess you didn't.
I
All
forgot
right.
where
And for
we
you?
were. Uh, I would have to say my daughter and you are relationships that allowed me to realize how I show up in life.
Okay.
And both of you kind of challenging me in different areas, and making me stop and go, hey, how am I showing up as a father or as a brother? And it's like by having y'all there and having y'all make me pause and think and stop and reevaluate things I say to you or to my daughter, I really think it has improved my relationship and being the masculine leader in the relationship with my girlfriend Lily. So I
Okay.
really have appreciated a lot of you and my daughter
Okay.
challenging me, seems like all the time. So,
Well, on challenging, I love being challenged. Whether it's you or I'll throw, Cliff and Joel, like they are constantly challenging me, and
mm,
sometimes it comes off as well. It comes as a challenge, whether it's a good challenge or a bad challenge. But every challenge is a good challenge because it tests you. So it forces you to throw in the towel or pass the test or fail the test and learn from it. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah.
Like I mean, I love challenges. I love being challenged. If I say something that I believe in and someone doesn't believe that, or if they think that my beliefs are wrong for some reason, I want to hear it because maybe I am wrong. So, but I love being challenged.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you right now.
Challenge me away. What do you got? Or challenge away, whatever the word
You
is.
have what's underneath segment 4 says pain become wisdom when we stop running from it. Where did you get that?
I have no idea. A book?
Okay. I don't know. It's in quotes, like you pulled it from a book, but I don't know where you
Can't
pulled
remember
it
what book it
from.
was.
I have no clue what book it's from.
Hmm. But it's true, is it not? Ask
Sometimes,
Google or
not
chat or whatever.
always.
But I think I put that there because when you stop running, that's when you grow. When you can run from anything you want, and you'll just keep running and running and running. When you stop and face it, turn around, defeat whatever it is that you're running from, or learn to embrace whatever it is.
Mm.
So, is it something that you've been running from?
No, uh-uh.
Okay.
I hadn't heard that before. And going through the book of Proverbs,
Mm-hmm.
it it uses wisdom and knowledge and understanding three different ways. And I was like, oh, I would expect to hear something like this in Proverbs, and I hadn't heard it that way. So
Okay.
that's why I was
Um.
just
Okay. Real quick before we go any further, I'm gonna pause because I'm skipping. I'm going to do something that's not here now. I don't want to confuse
okay.
you, but I think I gave this book to you. But it's that time of year again, and I know we didn't talk
Merry
about it last year.
Christmas.
So everyone should check out this book right here.
Mm,
There
I
you
don't
go.
have that on my bookshelf.
I gave you a copy. I'm
Um,
90% sure. Anyway, The Paper Bag Christmas. So if anybody hasn't read it, please read it. It's such a heartwarming book. It's incredible. So yeah, but I think my mother gave it to me, and I sat on it forever. And I finally read it 2 years ago. And now I read it every Christmas. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into that season. So check out that book, guys, along with Joel's book. Anyway, what do you got next? Where were we?
sorry, threw me
You
off.
good?
I pulled up the book. I don't think I've read that book, so I'll
Okay.
have to read it. That
Okay.
sounds like a good Christmas
I
book.
thought I got it for you, but
I don't see it on the shelf.
hmm. All right. So
Maybe
then, Rob,
you
my
might.
next question then: what lessons keep echoing in your mind from the past 12 months?
See, you jumped on me. Okay,
No, I didn't.
so, um, what lessons? It is, it is one where I go, I always struggle to be careful not to be lazy or super comfortable because you'll get in a habit or you'll get stuck. And getting out of the mud, it takes a lot more work. And so it's kind of like constantly figuring out where I need to grow. And or these little like keep growing, keep moving, don't get stuck. That should be the tagline. Don't get stuck. So
Okay.
that's what my little head is pulling in my head. Don't get stuck.
All right.
How about you?
I think
Where are you?
the biggest lesson that keeps echoing is to stop to not to continue to strive for perfection, but not to make it perfect. Like there's things that I just keep trying and trying. It's not perfect enough, but yet I need to just roll with what I have.
Mm,
And that's how I learn by doing the best that I can. And when something's wrong, that's I get the feedback and I learn and grow from that. Instead of trying the too often this year, I have tried to I won't do something until I'm perfect. And I don't mean like kids these days where they're just like, I want to be perfect now. I want to download perfectness or perfection. I try, I work on it, but I don't do anything. No one knows what I'm doing behind the door.
hmm
And I'm not going to reveal what I'm doing until it's perfect. But now I realize that I need to just do the best I can.
hmm
But that there's still that echo in the back of my head that says it's not perfect yet. But it will after that, the podcast last week, it will never be perfect.
hmm
So that's my echo.
Gotcha. Uh, so what did you finally understand that you resisted?
Finally understand this year that I've resisted.
See, and here, this is what I was talking about, the words understand, wisdom, and knowledge. I have a way deeper understanding of what these three words, and they're all in Proverbs and they're all used differently. But the question you have written down says, what did you finally understand that you have resisted for too long?
Why don't I see this? Oh, there it is.
I jumped around on you now.
You did. You did. What did I finally understand that I've resisted too long? I don't think I've resisted anything.
Mm,
I mean, I just kind of go with everything
mm.
and I learn as I go. Do you think there's something that I've been resisting? Maybe it's a better question from the outside.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I haven't thought about it that way. What have I been resisting? Are you asking me or you're
I'm asking
wanting
you
me to give
if you
me?
see anything that I've been resisting,
Oh,
since I don't think I've been resisting anything. But if like, almost like a challenge, you looking at me, is there anything that you think that I am resisting doing or becoming or whatever?
hmm. I don't know. I
Uh-huh.
haven't thought about it. Because the question was like, you're asking us how we're resisting change. I didn't, I don't go around trying to tell people how to change. I used to do that a lot. I
Right.
try not to.
And I get what you're saying there, but the question was, what have I finally understood that I've been resisting? And I don't know. So I'm asking if there's anything that you see.
Well, actually, I'm going to read some chat because um Joel says not resisting but breaking bad habits. Matthew says change. Matthew says yes. And then there's Sir to Life says Gary resists the script of the podcast.
Yes, that I do.
Yeah,
There you
he
go.
does.
See?
Yeah.
He from the outside, you can see that. I hate doing the
hmm
script.
Yeah, he does. He does hate doing the script.
So I've been resisting, but I try to do it every now and again to make people happy, to people please a little bit,
Hmm. Should you be people pleasing?
to please you, sir, to make you comfortable. Is that better?
Hmm. Okay.
All right.
It's
So
up to you.
moving forward, then, how will this year, in your opinion, shape next year? Like, what values are you going to double down on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I put down integrity and benevolence.
Okay.
And
Well,
I've been trying to teach my daughter integrity lately, and I realized it's not something easily taught. Like just go up and slap them on the butt and say, "You need to learn in integrity."
mhm.
And I realized I have to show what integrity is. And part of that also is like showing benevolence. How do I do both? And so that's what I'm going to double down on this next year.
Okay.
How about you?
Excellent. I'm gonna double down on my spirituality, and damn it, I put this question in and I didn't think of an answer. But definitely spirituality and getting just more involved uh, with everything, with just with more podcasts, going live, doing the TikTok stuff with these guys that I've been doing with. Just signed up for a retreat with the church. So I'm going to the Adirondack Mountains for a men's group in February. Um,
Awesome.
yes, we talked about this year trying to do a retreat for our men's group, trying to get that in the works. So just getting more involved because I
Hmm.
have so much extra time on my hands that I have to fill. So that is, I'm gonna, yeah, I'm doubling down on my spirituality and getting more involved. I don't know what value that is, but whatever.
All right. One last question. What piece of wisdom from this year do you carry forward next year?
What piece of wisdom? Hmm. What piece of wisdom do I want to carry forward intentionally? Just that I don't have to, I guess think that I don't have to do everything alone.
Hmm.
There's people out there to help. That would be the biggest thing. And then just knowing that I can balance my regular life and my work life, which I have kind of sucked at this year a little bit. I've made it work, but I could be a little more intentional with that. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's what I'm gonna go with that.
All right. And to the listeners out there, as you go about your week, looking, aligning your thoughts with your choices, your conversations, when you walk and you honor the year that you left behind you, people will notice and they will feel it. Our podcast and community is growing minute by minute, or actually is kind of shrinking minute by minute at the moment. And we want you to be a part of it. Get involved, share your story, and let us know how you're finding and honoring your past year. Um, Give us a call, and let us know how you can join us.
Sorry, I was reading the chat here.
Oh,
My
oh,
brother's
I forgot to read the
wise guy.
chat.
I made it
Ah,
almost made it the whole time without cursing. Anyway, so this conversation is just the start of the wholeness and integration. Actually, it's almost halfway through the series. But if you're ready to go deeper, join us on Thursdays in the Motivated Men's Group. Sign up for the Inner Circle newsletter. And my new ebook is now available at northmancoaching.com under resources. So sign up, grab that, and sign up for the class that I'm hosting on January 10th, where I will walk you guys through step by step how to get through the first 30 days after she drops the D word, um, so that you will respond like a man that you are proud of. Anyway, until next time, stand up, speak the truth, and above all, stay authentic, guys. Have a good night.